All right, here we go. We'll wait for a few people to come in, gather. I've had nothing but problems with cameras today. It's couldn't get the cameras to work. It's all because I can't afford the good stuff. Got these cheap cameras and they just don't want to work. So, if you're so inclined, please subscribe, become a member. We got 3,099 subscribers. Who will be our 4,000th subscriber? That's what I want to know. So make sure you hit the like button and subscribe and leave a comment if you enjoy the content. We'll get started here as soon as some people come in. We got 4. Well, that's better than nothing. Okay. Superfill. Let's see here. We're going to, I'm going to show you probably the most important part of your airplane to keep it from bell crank from pulling out. I've shown it a million times, but hey, you guys want to see this stuff. That's these little parts right here. Those are the bell crank supports. Anybody that pulls their bell crank out, great, Craig. Anybody that pulls their bell crank out has not been watching my videos. Let me get a drill. And there's been a few of you guys not paying attention. So I need a drill bit. Anything bigger than an 1/8. We got 8, 9/64, so we'll go 5/32. That'll give me a little leeway, 5/32. Where are we at here? Come on, I know it's in there somewhere. Yeah, it's pretty loose there. I'll make it a little longer. Now, I guess we could turn it over and get the other one ready too. These are a little overkill. I mean, I don't know if you need 7-ply aircraft plywood or not. But we're going to get these in and we're going to superfill the inside. You know, learning is remembering and teaching is reminding. I've shown this a million times. But it seems that some of you guys, and I've seen it at the nets, don't pay attention because you pull your bell cranks out. There we go. Okay, now it's time to mix up some epoxy. 5 minutes, then we'll mix up some superfill. I'm going to tape this off and dress up. See, the fuselage is not really attached here. It's going to get glued on with Superfill. And you think, well, Superfill ain't in the pocket. Yes, it is. It's strong. The nose, because I split my fuselages in half. The nose has been glued on with epoxy. So the motor mounts are attached to the wing and the saddle is attached to the wing. And I also put in blocks for the landing gear that are attached to the wing. Now we just need to attach the back half of the fuselage and the bell crank. It's about the only place I really generously use epoxy. Gets super filled too, but come on. This has a fiberglass tape in the center, and it doesn't quite lay down on there like my built-up wings do, but it'll be fine. I guess I'm going to have to do it in 2 stages because this is going to fall off. See, it goes that way, so that's good. Jimmy, are you watching? Okay, I'm going to wait for that to dry and we'll flip it over. If there's anything you want to talk about, let me know now. And we'll talk about it. Then while I'm waiting on this to dry, to mix some epoxy up again and do the bottom side. I'm afraid that'll fall off if I turn it over because it's pretty loose in there. We're basically all ready to go. I got to get this get the Superfill inside, and as it's drying, I'm going to cut up a nose block. I have to remake the nose block because the nose is 2 inches longer on this one. You know, I had the fuselage done. I've thrown it out since. I had the fuselage done, prepared to put this together, but it was printed wrong on the balsa. You know what? I might have a cuts all coming today. I better check my phone. I ordered another cuts all bit like I told you, and I think it was same day delivery. Okay. Orders. Your orders. Arriving Tuesday. Okay, good. And the props are coming. Thursday. Let's see here. Shit, I'm gonna have to check them with UPS, USPS. I think we'll get the props tomorrow. I'm trying to finish some projects as well. Okay, hey Terry. Let's see. Explain again why the tank height changes the way the engine runs. Okay, Tony. Hey Jimmy, you're here. Let me explain to you. The spray bar is here. The tank is here. Let's say it's up like this. So you adjust the needle valve with the tank height up here to run 8,600 RPM or whatever you want to do, say 9,000. So the fuel is flowing downhill. Now you go inverted and the fuel is below the spray bar. So the same needle setting is going to go lean, meaning because it's got to draw uphill. So the engine will really scream going inverted. So you want to keep the pickup and the spray bar at the same height. And depending how models are built, I try to raise my engine on 1/8-inch pads plus grind an 1/8 inch away from the engine bearers. First off, it lightens things up when you do that. And second off, normally what happens is if you don't do that, the engine will go fat inverted, meaning that you'll turn it upside down and the engine will run. The tank will be above the spray bar and it'll slow down. And you don't want to do that. You want to keep it all at the same speed. I shoot for a 5.3 lap speed, and you want to run, with the stopwatch, you want to run 5.3. So you adjust the tank to get the same lap speed upright and inverted. Does that make sense? I hope. Okay, we got that dry. We can flip it over and do the other side. The cow came out just like I said it would, 15 grams, I think. Yes, CAS handle. I have a CAS handle, but they're in the car and I'm not going to go down and get them. I'm sorry. If I remember, I'll try to bring one up on my next stream. I have to go all the way downstairs and out to the street. I just ain't up to it today. If you can get a CAS handle, it is by far the best handle to get because you can adjust the overhang. The farther you go away from the center of your hand with the lead outs, the more it deadens the controls. So you pull them back towards your hand, it acts like power steering. Puts less stick pressure on your hand. You can use that to get hop out. And then of course, it's a cable handle, so it's super easy to adjust one screw for line length. Otherwise, when you're using a hard point, you got a dick with line clips. You know, back in the day, we all used hot rocks. Well, hot rocks, yeah, I'll do it on another stream. Hot rocks were okay in their day, except they shock you. Because that wire loops around and hits the palm of your hand, any static charge in the atmosphere, you're the ground, it goes right through you to ground. And we'll wait a minute here and now this will assure, especially with this airplane, seeing there's no real spar in it, this will assure the bell crank won't pull out because you'll have to pull it through the fuselage. And that's kind of an important thing, especially when you're at the Nationals. I've seen them pull out at the Nationals. You guys are not paying attention. The old way of doing things is dead. Don't even think about putting a bell crank floor in with one bolt sticking up from one side. I don't care how much bracing you put on it. First off, that bolt, now think about this real careful. Let's say that bolt sticking up is 632. Well, it may be 632 OD, but the threads are cut in it, so it's less than 632, probably around, 3/32. So you're pulling on that bolt like this, and it's working in there. It's going to pull out. It has to pull out. I don't know why we didn't think of that stuff in the 70s, 60s, and 70s. The new way of mounting bell cranks, the suspended bell crank, is the only way to do it, period. That way it never pulls out. It can't pull out, not unless it pulls through the fuselage and through the wing, and the lines will break before that happens. I have pulled, they loaded the machine up with all the weight, and it kind of ticked me off, all the weight. And when I said, hey, that's not right, I just, okay, you want to do that? No problem. I pulled all the weight, the machine, and the guy standing on the machine about 5 foot with my airplane, because I'm not afraid the bell crank pulling out. The lines, like I say, the lines will break, and the lines are less than the lead outs, so we know that the lead outs aren't going to break. The only problem with doing that, which I have done, is, get mad and pull everything along. The only problem with doing that is when you have a bushed bell crank, like this is not even, there's no lead out in it. You got a loop of brass around this way. It goes in a loop like this. When you pull like that real hard, it closes that loop down because you're putting a kink in it. That's not good. So I'm not going to do that again. I mean, it didn't hurt the airplane. It lived out its life. But it's not a good idea. We used to, in the perfect days, perfect bell cranks, we used to drill them out to an 1/8 inch, solder a washer on top of an 1/8 inch piece of brass, run the line through it, wrap the lead outs, and solder a washer on the other side of that brass so that the lead out was soldered in a 1/8 inch bushing. That ain't the way to do it either. What happens, the lead out will get a stress riser in it. And please don't use solid lead outs. Do they work? Yes. Are they light? Maybe. What happens with those is you have your lead out sticking out the wing, and you'll end up bumping the wing into something and bending a lead out, and you can never straighten that wire out again. Never, never. And if you got 3/32 wire in there, you're using way too heavy a wire, you know. And I have seen 3/32 lead out wire. No need for that at all. Okay, it looks like we're getting close to being able to mix up some superfill here. I had them sitting on the shelf like this for a month. I've just turned them over a week ago, so they were on their top, because these things do settle. And let's see if we can't mix up 10 times more than we need. Hit the floor. If you look here with the hardener, this stuff here smells like cat pee. I know there's ammonia in it. I just know it. I can smell it. You want to stir this up real good, the hardener, because even though it looks creamy, whew, man, there's some cat pee down there that needs to be stirred up. Now this stuff here, if it gets hard on you, you know, if you've had it for a year or better or whatever, I have another couple of cans over there that I have on emergency. I try to get a new one every year, but you know, you always have a little left over. You can put it in the microwave for 15 seconds with the lid off, and it will kind of break it loose and stir it up. But be careful, it is hot when it comes out of there. I used to do epoxylite just like that, because epoxylite was hard. And the thing about epoxylite, if you didn't get it smoothed out before it kicked off, you're screwed, because it didn't sand worth a darn. Okay, that's good enough. Yeah, well, we'll see. That's amazing. This was the airplane I was going to fly in N30, but now that my Viper is legal, we'll be building one of them. And you ask, why would I do that? Well, the Viper flies good enough for Pampa. That way you only got to take one airplane with you. If I build this and I got to have another airplane, get the cat pee, I can smell it. 2 blues to 1 white. Last time I bought that stuff, it was 25 bucks. I bet it's 30 or better now. Kind of like them spinners. When I asked the guy who's making them, how much are they? We used to buy them for 50. Now they're 70. Pretty soon they're going to price themselves right out of business. Okay. Nobody going to have any money. Yeah, it's coming out good. I'm trying to pack it underneath the gap because this wing didn't fit very good. Cut it right along the lines that they said to cut, but certainly didn't fit very good. This is kind of like framing a house. You don't have to worry about how it looks. I mean, but try not to goober it all over the place. We'll clean it up after I get it pushed in everywhere. I tell you what we're going to do is an experiment on this airplane. We're going to do my 1 quart finishing system and get a weight on it when it's done. And we're going to spray 1 coat of spray shine on it to see how much it really weighs. Because I get the nonsense it only weighs an ounce. I know better. But we're going to get to see it in real time on this airplane because I don't really care about this airplane. You know, this is not a Pampa airplane. It was more or less just a project to do on a stream. She'll be pretty. I can tell you that. I probably shouldn't have put that in my mouth, now that I think about it. My hands are full of Superfill. Wipe that off. I'll wait till I get this done before I get a lemon drop. Might just give this one away. I got way too many airplanes here. Okay, we got it goobered in there pretty good. Now I don't want to have this outside here because the paper the paper goes up right next to the fuselage. You don't want to, we're not doing fillets yet. We're doing the inside fillets. This just glues the fuselage to the wing. And you guys that put fillets on and then put paper on are making a huge mistake. Huge. Because the paper, I mean, the fillets is what hold the paper down. So we'll trim that away. If I had some saran wrap, I could do the cowl today too. I don't. Okay. Now pick up the excess. No sense in carrying around dead weight. So we still need to make a bottom block and a nose block for this. We'll do that. We'll get it roughed in tonight. So turn this over. This is going to be a challenge. Let's see what I do with the tape. Oh, there it is. I can taste that superfill. Ugh. Nasty. Because this is I'm going to do some from the outside and force it underneath there and then wipe it clean. So I am putting a fillet on, but we're going to take it off. I'm just using it I'm going to force it underneath the fuselage so it's coming out the other side. Perfect. Perfect. That worked good. Yep, that's good. What you're doing here with gluing the nose to the wing or the motor mounts to the wing is you're transferring all the vibration to the main part of the airframe from the engine, spreading it out. It becomes monocoque. Just like a beam wing. A beam wing wouldn't fly, wouldn't hold together with just the beam. The beam wouldn't hold together, or the beam wing wouldn't hold together with just the leading and trailing edges. The beam wing holds together because it becomes one unit, the beam, the leading edge, the ribs, and the covering. The covering is what holds it together. And I got a firm belief that smooth covering is stronger than rough covering, if that makes any sense. You know, the more you sand it smooth, the more tensile strength it has. We got a huge gap there. We'll get her. Yeah, it went underneath good. I can't really get on that because there's a big push rod hole there, so we'll just do it from the outside. So if we're in the 57 ounce range, 58 ounce range, when this thing is done, let me reiterate that. If we're in the 60 ounce range, when I'm all done painting, I will go ahead and shoot a coat of spray shine on it. And we'll see if it goes up to 64. I mean, I'm going to try to keep it as light as possible. I just want to do the experiment with the spray shine because I know damn well it's more than an ounce. I don't think these guys are really weighing their airplanes, keeping a real count. Good evening, Henry. Keeping a real count of what things weigh. I know what everything weighs. I know how much landing gear weigh, how much motor mounts weigh, how much spars weigh, elevator stabilizer, rudders, the cowl, what it should weigh. Man, I need some more boogie in there. I know what a paint job should weigh. And I've been told so many times it only weighs an ounce, we're going to find out. Because I know better. But it'll be shiny. It'll be a shiny wall banger. Now, I did this fillet. I usually do it from the inside, but you can't get on it here from the inside. So I did it from the outside. Don't do as I do. Do as I tell you. I mean, it's pretty rare that I would do it from the outside, but I kind of had to. Need to look at that. Oh, shit. Gotta see what I'm doing here. Shove that down in there. Get that motor attached to the wing better. Yeah, I'm gonna have to wipe my hands off. Aha, I see. It came loose. I have to get that so it doesn't dry crooked. Of course. There we go. Anybody not, Bob Smith glue is good. P2P, P2P10 from Woodcrafters is a lot better. Plus, you can get this for $20 and it'll last you a year or two. So we'll get in the blade. Okay, I've scraped that off. I don't want to put a fillet on it. I just want to have the fuselage glued to the wing. So we've taken that off. That looks good. Captain Dave, this is a 2P10 activator. Comes from Woodcrafter. It's $20. It kicks the CA off. So now I'm removing excess material. The thing about building these airplanes is have enough to hold it together, not enough to hold it together and it crash. No, it's a kicker. If you take CA and you throw baking soda on it, it activates. It makes a hard. So whatever's in baking soda is in that can. I don't know what. That's about the best way I can explain it. Let's see if I can show you. 2 pieces of wood here. Let me go to this other camera. Maybe you can hear it kick off. Clean my hands up. That turned out good. .91 proof. Get this shit off my hands. Like I say, this was the inside superfill. Yeah, well, this is activator. It's baking soda makes a hard rock. That just kicks the CA off. But whatever chemicals in that, I would assume is similar to baking soda. Just like when I take the lid off of this stuff here, it smells like ammonia or cat pee. I would bet that ammonia would work. Just like polyester resin, you don't need activator for it if you got MEK. Now they want you to buy a little bottle of activator for polyester resin for $5 or $10. Buy a gallon of MEK. Well, I don't know what it costs now. You used to be able to buy a gallon of MEK for $5. Put it in a little bottle so you can drop it in. Kind of like that gallon of primer I got. I know damn well I can take and do exactly what Sherwin-Williams did just by adding xylene to it. And we're going to do that. Okay, let's see. Let me turn the camera here. Two pieces of wood. We'll do it right here. Two pieces of wood. Run a bead of CA right there. It's still moving. Instant dry. Instant dry. Now I got some debonder here too. I don't know if you know about that. I think debonder is acetone. There it is. Let's see what the. I mean, it smells. That's what it smells like. Remove surface residue, thin, medium, thick gel. Okay, and the ingredients are not listed, so they don't want you to do it. Or adhesive. Wait up to 5 minutes to dissolve the glue. Wipe with a cloth and reapply. Iron respiratory tract. Avoid breathing vapors. Keep it in ventilated air. I think this is acetone. Let me smell it. Nah, I don't know. Doesn't have much of a smell. It ain't like my Aerogloss, that's for sure. Oh, crap. It ain't like my Aerogloss. Yeah. Well, let's see how long we've been on. Almost an hour, 8 minutes. I guess we'll just run 8 minutes and 8 more minutes. We got enough done. I get a block of wood and I kind of hate to use this block. I want to use it for wingtips on my Viper. If I could find a 3/4 block, I don't know where I got one. I maybe do. I got my other nose block. These are expensive blocks here. This is a super light one. We'll be using for the nose block on my Viper. But I figure I could get I could get 4 root ribs out of this for each side. What is the best value? Randolph? Yes. No, buy it from Wix Aircraft. Use the code STUNT10 at checkout for 10%. If you got a real airplane, you want to buy avionics or whatever, use the code STUNT10. You want to buy spruce or whatever, Eric and I are friends, and I got that deal for us. Eric's over in the piano shop most of the time, though, so you probably won't get him on the phone. It will be what the heck is that guy's name? Let me look here. Yeah, shoot. Phone, contacts, Wix. Oh, shoot. W. I don't even have his number in here. Oh, Scott Wick. Okay. Eric is the guy you're going to talk to. Or you can ask for Scott. Scott is the guy that got us the deal. That's why you'll always see a Wix decal on my airplanes. He's kind of a sponsor. I mean, he just gives me good deals, and he's giving you guys good deals, so we'll support him. I got a dent right there. I'm going to fill with Superfill before it kicks off. I smell dinner. I smell dinner. I told her 8:30 and it's 8 o'clock. Yeah, okay. You guys got any questions? Yes, the code is STUNT10. It's good for carbon fiber, dope, avionics, chromoly tubing, whatever. Put in a big order. Yeah, that's a real aircraft shop. I don't think it's good for pianos though. I think Scott would probably frowned down on using stunt 10 on a piano or organ. And in case you didn't know, Wix is an aircraft supplier, manufacturer, but it's also a piano and organ refinisher place. So, and they do some deep black lacquer paint jobs there. All right, we've been on. We got 3 minutes to go. I'll let this stream go, and we'll come back tomorrow. We'll get 22 viewers. I hope we got 22 thumbs up. I can't see that from here till it ends. Like, leave a comment. We're 1 subscriber away from 4,000. So if you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications, choose select all. That way you'll see my smiling face when I come on. If you like what we do or what I do. Charles is on Mondays and Fridays. We have a group of guys that get together and talk about stunt airplanes. I don't go on there. Not my deal. But, you know, it's informative if you want to listen to that for 2 or 3 hours or whatever. Hell, you guys listen to me for an hour, so might as well have some entertainment with Charles. Let me show you what I did with the cowl, because I didn't show you that. I finished it off, but I'm going to trim it up just a little bit more. What happened to my ball driver? I know I said I was going to go, but oh, there it is. Yeah, it only lets you give one. If you hit it again, it'll take it away. Okay. Oh, gotta take the muffler off. Forgot. Oh, that's gonna be a bummer. But I gotta get this off anyway to straighten that line out. And we're gonna glass this too. I'm gonna glass the nose once I get the top block done. You know, I'm always asked, why do I glass the nose? Because that's where you handle the airplane. So let me go on to this camera here. So you need 2.5 times bigger exhaust hole than you have intake. Well, you think, well, this is huge here. This is not going to be big enough. Yes, it will, because the motor's blocking most of it. But I've taken that cut-saw bit, one inside, and basically thinned this all down to about 3/32 of an inch. I didn't put I probably could get another gram or 2 out of it. We'll see what we got here. Come on now. Yeah, I could get some more out of it. So I'll sand on it some more before I finish it up. But you want to get this about 3/32 of an inch all the way around it. Here it's 3/16, so we can go half of this. But it's 15 grams now. It started out 31, ended up 15. I could take some more off of this and maybe grind some of this. I don't know. You want to get every part down as light as you possibly can make it. That's all I can say. What that does is give you a little leeway for paint, because paint is the single heaviest thing on the airplane. next to the engine. It's engine, paint, probably engine crutch and stab, wheels. Because the stab's going to weigh 3 ounces, the crutch is going to weigh 3 ounces, the wheels are going to weigh 3 ounces. Fuselage, you can get by with 7, but that's not one single component. It's a, it's a whole structure. And the wing is, I try to make my wings 11 ounces. If you got a 14-ounce wing, it's overweight. This one here is a foamy, so it's probably, I don't remember. I don't remember what it weighed, but I would say it's probably 14. You're not going to build a foam wing as light as you can build a built-up, and you're not going to build a built-up as light as you can build a beam wing. So my Nats Viper, the last one that was at the Nats, that if you go back and look at Wendy's, which is on Paul Taylor's, Pete's channel, Wendy was taking a video of my Viper. He really liked that airplane. I think that was 8 or 9, Viper 8 or 9. It weighed 48 ounces. PA 65, 48 ounces on a pipe. But I really cheated. It was painted gray. It had gray with trim. Gray covers the best. I mean, you have to have no paint, to cover with gray. And I'm a master painter of gray. That's what they taught me in the Navy, how to paint gray. All right, we're out of here. Appreciate you watching. I hope if you're not a subscriber, you've become my 4,000th. Like, subscribe, and share, and we'll see you tomorrow. We might go flying tomorrow. Fair winds, tight lines. Oh, sorry to hear that, Dave. When was this? Dave just told me he had a niece that worked at Wix. Maybe he's not here. I don't know. Because we're getting off. Well, I'll ask him next time. All right, guys. We're out. I used to work with Captain Dave. Oh, a long time ago. All right, guys. We'll catch you on the next one. Fair winds, tight lines. See ya.